Okay, yeah, let's go. Let's not waste time. Will wants to go play more Spider-Man. Here we go. Hello and welcome to the upload for Tuesday the 11th of August, and Spider-Man's out, so I want to go play Spider-Man, but first I'm going to play the title sequence. And then we're going to talk about Spider-Man. The Web-Slinger's latest installment has done quite the monetarial superhero landing. Why did I write that? It's just like, he's done a landing that is big in terms of money. Arriving last Friday, the game is now the year's fastest selling game in the UK, and quite possibly in the US and Australian markets as well. The previous record holder was Far Cry 5, but the Arachnid Menace might want to watch his back because there's some huge titles coming to take that podium. And let's turn to some less positive news about this game. If you've been swinging around New York for the last 3 days like I have, you may have come across the cinema outside of Canal Street. Its sign reading, "Maddie, will you marry me?" An obscure reference to a Marvel character? No, it's even more obscure. And sad. A few months ago on Twitter, Tyler Schultz tweeted to the game's devs Insomniac requesting for those very words to be implemented into the game. The devs clearly did just that, but a few weeks ago, Schultz's girlfriend broke up with him and she's now in a relationship with his brother. Look, there's two things to come out of this. A, it was clearly not a great relationship if this lady went over to his brother. I'm not saying it's her or him, and I'm also not a relationship counselor, but clearly this is not a relationship that should have gone towards marriage. But two, the message might change. The game's art director reached out to Tyler to ask if he'd like the message to be patched out of the game. He initially asked them to leave the message, but since has changed his mind, asking instead for the proposal to be replaced with his grandmother's name, the woman in his life that gave him his first Spider-Man comic books, as well as an original print of Spidey's first appearance in Amazing Fantasy number 15. All's well that ends well, I guess. What a freaking weird saying. Also, you know Kinda Funny's Greg Miller? And you know how he has a shirtless Spider-Man character? Well, that character's in the game. Eggs for all, but something that has hatched into a much larger component is Forza Horizon 4 and Halo's connection. It had previously been announced that the latest driving game would feature Halo's Warthog utility vehicle, but during a developer diary for the game, it was also revealed that there'd be Halo-themed missions. I bet this is really, really exciting. The skybox sits above your head as banshees pursue you across the English countryside. Your avatar also becomes Master Chief in this mission. Man, I really hope Chief goes through into the game, like you can still play as him outside of those missions, because you could have like him, you could have an Assassin's Creed character, you could have the stick, because like Top Gear is pretty meshed in, and you could also have Spider-Man. Oh wait, sorry Xbox. But moving on to something that everyone gets, apart from PC, is Kingdom Hearts 3, and there's a new trailer for it. Oh, look. Hey look, it's Baymax!
Konnichiwa.
Square Enix's trailer department need to be fired into space, where there's no sound. Because they clearly like that. Something else that needs to be fired into space is the Fortnite Monopoly board. I'm not going to try and coherently explain to you how they've shaken up the Monopoly format for the release, because there's some really weird stuff, right? Money is now health points, dice are now used to determine actions, from like bandaging yourself, shooting other players, or building a wall for protection. This all sounds insane, in almost a good way? I don't know where the Monopoly part of it is though. But it kind of sounds like D&D meets Monopoly, which could be cool. You'll find out if it's cool on October 1st when it releases worldwide, but something else that is coming out that you might want to spend your money on is this. Thanks for the link, Will. This snazzy Pokemon Let's Go bundle drops on the 16th of November. It features a Pikachu and Eevee themed dock, exclusively coloured Joy-Cons, and a choice of either Let's Go Eevee or Pikachu. This is legitimately how good. That really only kind of fits one grammatical context. And if coloured controllers aren't enough for you, how about grease-proof ones? So much spit. A PUBG grease-proof controller has been dreamed up by the Microsoft marketing team. Its gross shiny coating has been tipped to avoid all slips and spills of gaming and eating. And whilst the promo vid demonstrates how great it is, in actual fact, it ain't. Modelled here by Dan Crowd.
Week 1, because the forest with like a killed a guy.
Oh, it's so slippy. This isn't grease-proof at all.
There was a spill. The controller won't be readily available to the public, though Xbox Australia is giving a few away over on their Facebook page. And last but not least, The Witcher. Announced a few weeks back, Superman himself, Henry Cavill, will be donning the role of Geralt in the upcoming Netflix adaptation of the book turned game series turned Netflix adaptation. But the new news, Will, what's the new news? Well, via a tweet from showrunner Lauren Hisrich, we have a locked-in date of 2019 for the release of the show. So that's nice. Something else that's nice is the upvote. The Last of Us, one of the premier games in visual fidelity, voice acting, and cinematic storytelling, has been demastered by the great bit sign into a 16-bit creation. I will never tire of these things. But that is all the gaming news for today. If you enjoyed, remember to hit that like button and also subscribe and hit that bell for more stuff. And feel free to jump on over and give our Facebook and Instagram pages their respective followables too. Also, we have a Patreon. There's now 15 beautiful humans that have dropped by and now dropped into our super secret Discord. Just $2 will get you in there, but it's your money, so look after yourself first, and also look after other people by telling them to come over and watch this stuff. Every day is a bring a friend to ETTO day. Almost said work. Speaking of work, I'm tired. Till the next one, the Doctor Who is out. It's a bad, advertisement. If you show them this episode being like, come back, it's not a good one to show them. Show them something else. Show them one of these videos. Or maybe show them that button and make them subscribe there. Will has played a lot of Spider-Man, and he has worked today. Will is tired.